Alright, hello? Hello, hello. Hopefully my mic's working. My mic sounds so weird. Alright, is this better? Alright, perfect. Yeah, my mic was far away, so now it's a lot better now. Alright, so let me move my Discord over here. And let me go ahead. And get started. Hello, Droid, how are you? So happy I have the day off today, so I'm gonna stream and we're gonna build a project, quick project. Hopefully we can get this done within the next 2 hours because I don't want to stream for too long, but I will stream until we get this stuff done. Mercy, how are you? Welcome back to the stream. How are you, Macy? How are you? Nice to see you all again. Last time I streamed was 2 weeks ago, so I'm glad to see you all here again. So what we're gonna do in this live stream is we're gonna go ahead and create a ticket slash command. So I've made two different ticket bots before on my YouTube channel. And they were obviously done using previous versions of Discord.js. They were also done using just regular uh, old text commands, but now we want to do it using slash commands. So it gives the user a more interactive feel. And I've never done this before, of course, because slash commands are still, I don't want to say they're new, but I'm not really too familiar with them. So I want to go ahead and, see how far we can get with building a simple ticket system. Now, there are a couple ways that we could do this. One, we could just have a dedicated message in a channel. So let's just say, for example, we can create like a support channel, and what we could do is we can just have the bot send an interaction or a message component to the channel, and then we could just listen to interactions on there. I think that would probably be a good way. So, for example, the user could select create a ticket, and then it would just create a ticket for them. And then we can like send like a I don't know how you pronounce it, ephemeral message, so that way the user can see that, oh yeah, your ticket has been created, and then they'll just create the channel. Probably should head to bed around 1 a.m. here. Good luck with the bot. All right, man, take it easy. Hopefully, hope to see you next time. Will this stay live on your channel even after it ended? Yes, most of my streams, if not all, are always rewatchable on my channel. So I'm also gonna create a separate tutorial for this, but I just want to do this live anyways, just to see how this is gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is so the idea is that we can have like a command. We could do something like ticket, and then create, and then you should be able to enter in like the topic of the ticket, like I need help with getting verified on the server, something like this. And then what this should do is it should just create a channel for the user and all the staff to be able to interact with each other and talk. Render Melon, how are you? Nice to see you on the stream. And so, and then once the user is done, the user should be able to do something like ticket remove or ticket close, right? And then the mods should be able to do something like ticket transcript, something like that. But I have two ideas in mind. We want to set up the ticket create as well as the ticket close command. And then there should be other options too, but we'll worry about these two commands later, and then we'll worry about the transcript at the end. Is it multi-guild? I can't answer that question right now. Probably because I mean, it should be multi-guild. I've always wondered about, do you like Lexus that much? I do actually. I actually do. I have one myself, and it drives really well, so it's one of my favorite brands. It's also I prefer a lot more than the German cars, German brands. Basically, like open new thread with the description stuff, but just normal channels. Yeah, but with threads though, can you even make private threads? Is that even possible? Is it even possible to make private threads? I don't even think so, right? Because I think you need to have like server. I think you need like what, a server boost to have private threads. So yeah, I think you need a server boost to have private threads. So I don't think we can actually create like a thread and have only certain users see it. I think we have to create a separate channel. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me see. Edit thread. Oh, okay, so you do need Nitro Boost. Gotcha. Gotcha. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see, because I have, let me see, let me check the server. Let me check like the requirements, and then we'll get into setting up the project, because I don't want to waste anyone's time. We got a lot of stuff that we got to do. So, yeah, let me see. Okay. So, yeah, okay, so we'll deal with the channels for now. So, let me just do this. Okay. So this is the idea that we're trying to build. So we can build a slash command ticket, create, and then a short description of what the ticket is about. And then it'll create a channel for the user and all the staff to see. So for the project, we're going to need to use a database. So we'll use MySQL because I like MySQL. And part of the reason why I like MySQL is because it has the auto-generated primary keys that are in numeric format. With MongoDB, you have the document ID, which I'm not really a fan of. Not saying that they're bad, but I prefer having auto-incremented integers, so that way we can use that. It looks a lot more cleaner. What is different to implement when you want to make a multi-guild bot? You just need to make sure you're not hard-coding any values to a specific guild. You want to make sure that you save the guild ID, which actually this should actually be multi-guild, because I actually wrote out all of the requirements and everything. And one of the things that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to save the guild ID as well as the channel ID, and those pieces of information are specific to the actual guild itself, right? So it should just work for the guild, for multiple guilds. So any guild admin should be able to just bring the bot in, and it will work just fine. Is it me, or is your screen blank? My screen, I mean, my browser's over here and my terminal's over here, so I'm also looking at my stream as well, and I can see my own stuff. So maybe try refreshing or reloading. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna just build this entirely from scratch. We're not gonna use any framework. No, we're not gonna use slap, nothing, no command handler, nothing. We're gonna just do this entirely from scratch. So I'm gonna make a new directory, and I'll call this Discord ticket / command, and I will be putting the code on my GitHub repository at the end of the stream once everything's done. So feel free to check out my GitHub in the description. You can easily find it right over here. Let me bring this over here. So this is my GitHub. Go ahead and check out my GitHub if you want to. Feel free to follow if you want to. But yeah, this is where the code will be after the stream. Okay. So let me cd into this directory, and we're gonna set up a project. So I'm gonna first type yarn init -y, and let me open up Visual Studio Code. All right. So I have Visual Studio Code opened up, and what we're going to do is we're going to set up a couple of stuff. We're going to need to install our dependencies like always. So we'll install Discord.js. I think that's probably the only dependency we'll need. We are going to be using MySQL, so we will need to install stuff like type ORM, MySQL 2, and reflect metadata, but we'll do that after. Let's just first get the bot up and running first. Okay, let's go ahead and install our dev dependencies. So that's going to be TypeScript, install types node. We'll also install .env for environment variables because we'll need that later. And I think what we'll also need is I think that'll be it for now. Yeah, we'll leave like this for now. Okay. Let's go ahead and set up Git for version control. Okay, and let's set up a git ignore file. So inside the git ignore file, we will add the node modules folder. We'll add any .env files. So if I create a new file, call it .env, this should not be staged at all. but I'll do .env like this. And this should not be stage. Assassin, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Okay, let's also set up a tsconfig file. So yarn tsc -- init. If you have TypeScript installed globally, you can just do tsc -- init. But because I'm installing TypeScript as a dev dependency, it's better to use the actual tsc command that's installed locally right over here. Because right now, the TypeScript version is 4.5.5, but my global version is 4.3.5. So I'm just going to do yarn tsc -- init. Okay, so there we go. And we're going to configure a couple things. So we're going to go into the out dir property and uncomment that. So that way we can run the build command and it will generate all the files in the corresponding folder. So I'm going to generate this in the dist folder. Assassin, I'm doing good, thank you. And Alfnon, the bot is going to be in TypeScript. And we're going to go ahead and enable a couple of other stuff later on. But for now, this should be fine for now. Okay, so now that we have TypeScript config file enabled, let's go ahead and create a new folder. Or before we do that, let's set up our scripts. So we'll set up a start script. So this is just more so going to be kind of like a production script. So we're going to use the node command for that. And this is just going to run the index.js file inside the dist folder. We're going to have a dev script, so I'll call this start:dev. For dev, we'll use nodemon, and I'm going to install nodemon as a dev dependency in just a second. And this will run the index.ts file. And we'll also set up a build script as well. The build script will just be the tsc command. Okay. And let me go ahead and do this. Let me install nodemon as well as tsnode. So for people who don't have nodemon or tsnode installed globally, when you clone the repository and when you install all the dependencies, it'll install nodemon as well as tsc or tsnode for you, and TypeScript, of course. It'll install it globally, or not globally, locally. So you can see right over here in this bin folder, you'll see the tsnode command is installed. The nodemon command is installed. So if you don't have it installed globally, it'll work locally. Okay, so yeah, so now that we have all of our dev dependencies installed, the next thing that we'll have to do, of course, is let me just create a source folder. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new file called index.ts. And let's just write a console log, make sure everything works. So we'll run yarn build, make sure it builds properly. Always got to do this first, just to make sure everything works fine. You don't want to run into issues later. Let's run the yarn start. So this is running the index.js file, the compiled TypeScript. So that works, which is good. And let's run yarn start dev, make sure that works as well. And that works, and that's good. All right, cool. So now that we have all of that stuff working, just going to go ahead and write a quick commit message. Initial project commits. And I think we didn't have any. Oh wait, I accidentally forgot to. Hold on, wait. I forgot to remove the dist folder. Real quick. Let me just fix that real quick. Sorry about that. There we go. Well, I forgot to ignore the dist folder. Let me do that real quick. I hope that actually removed it. It should huh. Oh wait, you know why? It's because this. There we go. All right, there we go. Now it should be ignored. All right, perfect. So stage all of these files. So we have 6 files, and then we'll just go ahead and commit again. And there we go. We don't have a remote repository yet. Actually, let me do this real quick. Let me actually create the repository. Did I see your issue on Zoom? No, I did not. Hey, remember me from your comment section? Yes, I do. Are you, I forgot your, I feel like I know you. I feel like you were here a while ago. I forgot, it started with an A. I think I know who you are, though. Alright, let me do this. A quick, let me create a quick repository real quick. So let me go over here. Let me go ahead and create a new repository. And I'll call this Discord ticket slash command uh live, I guess. Now I'll just do this. Let me make this public, and I'm gonna go ahead and add origin. Let me go ahead and push this, so that way if you want to follow along, you can. So that way you have the setup. So you should be able to just get the base project. So all you got to do is just clone this repository, or run yarn install or npm install, and then just run the basic commands or the basic scripts, and then it should just work. There we go. Okay. Okay, so you're someone completely different. I confused you with someone else because there was this other person that was on my videos like back in 2020, and their name started with an A, and they had a picture of Bill Gates. So I just thought that you were the same person. But yeah, I did see your comment. I did see your comment though. But yeah, it's nice to see you on my stream. Okay, so let's go ahead and install Discord.js. We already did that already, so that's good. So we do need to get a bot. We do need to set up an application. So let's do that. So I'm on my account. Let's click new application, ticket bot. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a bot real quick, and we're going to need to authorize our bot into our server. So let's do that. So the bot is going to need special commands. It's going to need application.commands, special permissions. So it's going to need bot and application.commands. So all I got to do is just literally visit this URL and then bring this bot into my server. So where's my Discord? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. All right, so our bot is now in our server, which is good. All right, so there we go. Where is it? Ticket bot system, right over here. Okay, cool. So we have our bot in the server. So now we can actually log the bot in using the token, using the bot token. So I'm gonna actually just copy the token. I'm gonna copy the token. You also regenerate it too, but I'm just gonna copy this. And typically what you can do is you can actually create an environment variable locally inside this .env file and paste the token in. But normally I would do that if I'm recording a video. But since we are live, I'm going to actually just add this environment variable to my actual operating system. Because I know I'm going to accidentally show it, but I'll just add it to my operating system. So you can do this on Windows by just typing in start environment and just open up your environment variables. Or you can just do it on Mac OS or Linux, whatever operating system you use. So I'm going to need to actually close my terminal and reopen this again in order for the environment variable to show up. I don't really care about showing the database credentials because it's a local database, so it doesn't really matter. But for the bot token, I'm just going to put that on my system variable. I was just saying that the issue that you can do if interaction is command or interaction is select menu. Also, message select menu action or builders. Do you know with the bot Hector? I think it's in 5.1500 servers right now. I don't know what that bot is, but what is it? What's up, Jamal? How are you? Nice to see you here. Also, if you're new to the stream, feel free to join my Discord server. The link is in the description. It's a brand new Discord server. Feel free to check it out. Have you heard about Netcord? I don't know what Netcord is. That a bot? Because in your recent video, I was screaming like you can do it cleaner. Oh yeah, I did see your comment. I think you posted a comment, didn't you? Yeah, you mentioned the embed builders. Yeah, someone mentioned that in the stream, but I didn't really get a chance to really take a look at it. It's a Nest.js module for handling Discord bots within your Nest.js app. For Nest.js, quite interesting. I'm good. I'm good. Just finishing some coding from a Java class. Nice, nice. All right, so let's go ahead and import the clients. Let's create a new client, and we're gonna have to pass in client options and pass in the intents property, which is an array. And I'm going to enable a couple of intents. So we're gonna enable guilds. We most importantly need to enable. I think it's guild. Is there one for interactions? No, right? I don't think so. Yeah, no. I'll do guild messages. To be honest, I don't really know what other intents we'll need, but these will be just fine. It's like a multi-purpose. I recently got invited to help development. Nice. That's nice. But that doesn't make any sense. Are you sure it's Nest.js? It's really good. Uses Discord.js on the back end. I'm guessing it somehow integrates Nest.js with Discord API. All right, so I'm going to log in to the bot right now, and I'm going to go ahead and listen to the ready event, and we'll console log. Let's see, client.user.tag has logged in. And it's going to complain that this is possibly undefined. Let's look at our console. All right, so we should be able to log in successfully. Yep, perfect. Our bot is logged in. That's good. Okay, so if you have your bot's environment variable, like if you have the bot token stored inside this .env file, you need to make sure that all the way up here you load it up by just importing .env and calling the config function. You need to make sure you do that. Okay, now to do it with TypeScript or to do it with import, you can just import the config function from .env and just call it right over here. You can do that as well. Okay. But remember, like I said, my bot token is stored on my system variable, so that's why I don't have it inside over here. But for stuff like MySQL, like the database credentials, I'll put that in here. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what we want to do next. Let's see. All right, so we logged in. What's next? We want to listen to interaction creates. I wonder what's the difference between the interaction and interaction. I wonder what's the difference between interaction and interaction create. I'll have to look at the docs for that. Maybe one of you can inform me, since y'all are over here already. Have you ever thought about making a commercial Discord bot? You mean like a bot that I could just make money off of? Oh, so they're the same thing, but interaction create is much more better. Okay, cool. Okay. So I do need to make a mental note that we do need to register the commands ahead of time. So I'll have to make that mental note later. Or I could just do it inside this onReady event, because it will also update the command if you try to re-register it again, so that's okay. Okay. Let's see. So we need to register a slash command. So I'm going to register at the guild level first, because we don't want to work with global commands. At least not right now, because we're in development mode, and global commands will take forever to update. So it's better if we just use guild level commands first, and then when we're ready to deploy our bot for production, we can just register it at the app level, and it just works the same way. Let's see. Zialino, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. All right, so let me go ahead and do this. So let me grab my ID, my guild ID. And let's go ahead and I'm just going to use the built-in API methods. I don't want to install any other package right now. Let's do client.application.commands.create. Like, I know there's Discord builders, but for now, I'll just do this. Let's see, description. And for default permissions, we don't really care what the permissions are. Anyone should be able to use the command. Let's see. So for options, we're going to need to pass in. So essentially what we want the user to be able... Why do we have spammers here? We have a lot of spammers here today for some reason. So for the options, we want them to be able to type something like, create, and then like the topic name. We also want them to be able to close a ticket as well, but that's going to be a little bit tricky because I want like them to be able to do ticket, close, and that should just work. Like they don't need to add anything else. Let me consult the docs real quick. So, let's see. I think for options, maybe we could have like a choice, maybe. So, let me see. What we could do is we could add choices, so... Or can we? Wait, what's going on? Okay, there we go. So, let's see. For options, we want... a description. Oh wait. Description. Something like this. And for type, this is supposed to be, I guess, a string. And then required true. And let's see what this looks like. Slash commands can only be nested once, so you can add a sub slash command to a sub slash command. Do you mean like those groups? Or are you talking about like those like slash command groups? Where did my Discord go? Do you feel like sometimes your mind is just full of things and there's no space to learn anything else? Mindful of things. I feel like there's a lot of stuff to learn that sometimes it could be difficult to figure out what you really want to learn. So that's one problem. What's up, Comic Dev? How are you? Okay, so I want to make it so that, okay, I think instead of options, I think we need choices instead. I think we need choices instead. I think we need choices. Shit, how do I do that? Let's see. Name action. But what's the type supposed to be? What's 3? What's 3? Options type. I really don't like navigating through the Discord docs sometimes. Is this ticket bot going to create a new channel or thread? It's going to create a new channel because threads are visible by everyone. Anyone can see the threads, and that's not good. Unless if you have a Discord, unless you have a server boost. Yes, Keenan cannot put a slash command group into slash command group. I think you want subcommands. No, I don't think so. I would want subcommands if we had more complicated command structure, but for now, I don't think we need... for now, at least not right now, we don't need subcommands. At least not right now. Maybe if it has like a more complicated structure. Maybe when we have a more complicated structure, then maybe. Mr. Dev, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. All right, let's see how this works. Okay. So we can do something like ticket. I wish I could put like a... Oh, wait, I got it. There we go. This should work. So the value of this should be create. So ticket type. I don't really like that, to be honest with you. Ticket, like options, like that kind of looks really weird, you know. Like it should just be something like ticket create. Let me see. I wonder what it looks like if I did something like this. What's going on here? Oh, wait. Wait, can I not have an array of these? Seems like it won't let me do that. Let's see. We have options. What's 5? Let's see. What's type 5? Let me check. 5 is a Boolean. All right, let me see what this looks like. Again, I'm not really too familiar with slash commands, so that's why I'm trying to figure out live. All right, so let's see ticket. So there's action and there's create. If I do create, I just do hello world, and then this should be able to do that. But then with action though, I don't like that. This is what I don't like, right? This is what I don't like. If we had a sub command, what would that look like? Let me see. Oh, let me see what it looks like with sub commands. Because then I could do slash ticket and then the name of the sub command. And then some value, like some argument. But I wonder, does it parse the sub command arguments for you? Because I would like to have the user. I would like to be able to allow the user to like, type in like a topic. So that way, like the admins would know, like right off the bat, what the ticket is for. You know what I mean? And we can add that to like the channel topic so admins can just drop in and see what happens. So that way people don't just create a ticket and, they just don't say anything, So I want something where I can make it so that I can do like something like ticket create hello world, type something in. But I only want one or the other. Like you can only have create or ticket close, if that makes sense. So I don't think choices would be good. But I just want only one. Is there a way you can limit the amount of options? That's what I'm curious about. Can I limit the option? Like you can only select one or the other, but not both. Right? Because if I were to do close, can you actually pass in arguments for subcommands? I think you should be able to. It wouldn't make sense if you couldn't. Like why? Like that wouldn't make sense at all. Yeah, let me try that real quick. Let me see. So you can see that these are two optional, but I only want one or the other, but not both. So it now looks like this. And one of the other commands should not even be able to, like, the user shouldn't even be able to do something like the user shouldn't even be able to provide like a value for it. I think subcommands might be better. So after exploring this, I think subcommands might be a better option. So we'll go with subcommands as Martin suggested. I just wanted to see if I could get away without doing subcommands, but I think subcommands are the way to go for this. So let's do that. So what do we do? So we just specify the type. So what we do is we create a group. Or do we need to create a group? I think we don't even need a group because we could just have command and then subcommand. So yeah, we don't need a group for that. So we can have options and then name, create, and then description creates a new ticket, and then type is just subcommand. And then let's do closes a ticket. Let's check Discord now. So ticket, create, and can I type stuff afterwards and it will work, right? Yo, where are all of these spammers coming from, bro? Like they're trying to like put fake links in the chat. Okay, yeah, so I think this might be better. So ticket create and ticket close. Though it would be nice if like I could actually like make this argument mandatory. Is that even possible? Let's see. Now we need some arguments. If we choose user, we need to pick a user. If we choose role, we need to pick role. We need to pick blah, blah, blah. Okay, but this is for selecting an argument, like selecting a choice. I want like an actual text argument. Let's see. Oh, wow. It seems like we could do that. What is this? Optional channel? What is this? The channel permissions edit. What's type 7? Let me see. There we go. That's what I want. Yep, that's exactly what I want. So ticket, create, and then I am inquiring about, I don't know, guild promotion. There we go, and then ticket, close. No arguments. Close the ticket. Perfect. All right. It'd be cool if there was a way you can like limit like the channel that the slash command can appear in. I don't know if that's even possible though. Like, I know you can limit it to. I know you can limit it to permissions, but I don't think you can limit it to the channel it's being sent in. I don't think you could do that, right? I don't think that's possible. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. That's okay, because I have a backup plan. You could, but like then again, you could limit it to a role or permission. Well, that's not the point though. You don't want you. I don't really care about the role. I just want to make sure that the user has to go to a specific channel to create the ticket. Okay, so we'll just go with this for now. So we have a nice slash command. We have two. So we have ticket close, ticket create, blah blah blah, ticket close, and maybe later on, once we finish these two main commands, I'll create other commands like ticket get and then ticket ID. So you can get like a ticket ID, and then and then what it should do is it should send you an ephemeral message to like a dashboard, and you can view the transcript. But that's for later. That's for later stuff though. Don't worry about that for now. All right. So now that we got the hardest part done, let's go ahead and set up everything else. So, let's see if interaction is command. So we're going to go inside the interaction creates callback handler. We're going to first check to see if the interaction that the user is sending, if it's an actual command, because remember, they could also be a message component or a select menu. So what we'll do is we'll check to see if it's a command. Okay, and then we're going to have to check to see what the command is. Which command it is. So let's console log. Actually, let me do this. Let me do this. Hold on, wait, what was this call again? Command interaction. I'm gonna emit an event just because I don't want to keep all of our logic inside here. So if it's a command, we'll do client.emit. And like I said, if you have your own custom handler, you don't have to do this, but I just want to do it just for now. You can make the command ephemeral, so it won't really matter where the user uses the command, and it won't show up to use it. Oh, okay, that's good. How do I do that? Is there an option? Is there a property? How do you even pronounce that? Choices, options, channel type. Oh, I see. So you can do guild text, DM, threads. Oh, okay. So you can limit it to the type of channel. Message sent. Wait, but so can't people see? Like if I did slash ticket, right? Can they see? Can like someone else see this? Like no one else can see this, right? They would only see the response. Is that what it is? They can only see the response. So if I did this right now, no one else can see this, right? Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, that works. That works. Okay. So let's do this. So on command interaction. So if interaction dot command name is equal to ticket. Let me do this as well. Okay. Give me 1 second. I just want to do this just so I can clean this up. Because I don't want to really use magic values in here. So I might as well just do this right now. So if command name. Okay. All right, so that's the only command name that we'll have, but we do obviously need to make sure that we check it. Okay. So let me console log interaction. You don't like the brown? Are you talking about this? Are you talking about this color over here? This color? I could probably change it, though. To be honest, I don't even know what theme this is. I just found it randomly on VS Code. application not respond. Let's see. Oh wait, wait. What am I doing? Wait, what am I doing? Hold on, I actually messed up. Okay, this is the interaction create. We want to emit this event right over here, like that. Maybe I'll create my own custom theme someday. I just didn't really have the chance to. It's really simple. All you gotta do is just like edit some JSON properties, I think, and then just call it a day. Okay, so this is the interaction. Yeah, I've tried that theme before. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we got the command name. That's good. Where's the channel property? Channel ID. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a check. So let me just delete all this crap. I've tried all of those themes before, like the ones that you all mentioned. I've tried them all before. Like I've tried a lot of different themes before. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I meant to create a channel. I think you use threads if you make the private ones only. But yeah, but you need Discord Nitro for that though. Like you need to have your server boosted. You need your server to have, I think, the max number of boosts. I think. Like actually no, you only need 7 boosts. So create private threads. That would be cool though. Night Owl. I think I did. Yeah. I don't really remember the theme names, but I have tried a lot of them before. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check the channel ID, and if it was sent in the same channel, then we can do that. But I think you all already mentioned that we could just make it so that it's ephemeral, so no one really sees the interaction. So we don't even need to have the help desk. Honestly, we don't even need to even worry about that. To be honest with you. Okay. So the most important thing that we need, of course, is we need to get the sub command. We need to know the sub command, which is create. And then we also need to get the arguments that the user passed in, which seems like we cannot get them from any of these properties. But I think if we get the sub command, there should be, it should give us the properties from there. So if I do interaction dots, let's see. Let me log interaction options. Okay, so you can see that it says subcommand create name description type string. Okay, perfect. So all we can do is just do this. Const, or let's see, interaction the options, get sub command, and then what we pass in create. I think right, because that's one of the sub commands. Wait, why? Wait, what the hell is going on here? Wait. Oh, okay. Because you can only have one subcommand running at once, right? Like you can't, like can you only have one subcommand running at once, or no? Like, can you have nested subcommands? I don't think you can, right? Yeah, you can't. I don't think you could. Yeah, it seems like you can't. Or wait, no, you can have. Oh, you can have a command, subcommand group, and then subcommands, but you cannot have like a subcommand and a subcommand. Like, yeah, like you can't have that. Okay, that makes sense. Novu, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so yeah, there can only be one sub command at most. So okay, so what we'll do is we'll get the sub command if sub command is equal to, and let me go ahead and go over here. How do you make slash command folders as in Discord? I saw someone make command folders in Discord. Do you mean like, what do you mean by that? If you, it'll give you full data. Do you think a developer should use a framework for as bot, or is it better to do everything yourself? Are you talking about like Discord bot, like framework for just Discord bots, or what do you mean, or are you talking about in general? Well, I passed true. It didn't give me. Well, let's see. It didn't give me the arguments. Did I do it wrong? Let me try again. It logged creating ticket though. Yeah, I do need the arguments. That's very important. Create ticket. So when it comes to frameworks, I mean, like it's okay to use frameworks. To be honest with you, but it's also good to also know like how things work under the hood. Like me personally, if there was a good Discord JS framework, I would use it only because I've done so many things with Discord JS in many different ways. And I think frameworks are good because they introduce structure. Why is this not giving me the... How do you get the arguments? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. Um, that's so annoying how it does that though. I don't like this at all, of course. I really don't like this. Hold on. Let's see. Description. Okay, there we go. That works. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's better to use a framework for Discord JS because um, you want like something that can provide proper structure so you can write cleaner code. And that's the reason why I prefer using Nest.js all the time because it's full of stuff that is just good for the developer. Like there's decorators, there's dependency injection, concepts where you can just use like design, like you could use dependency injection. Um, and it just makes your code a lot more cleaner. You know, with Discord bots, if you don't use a command handler, your code is just gonna most of the time look like trash. I mean, you could make it look nice by breaking down things into like its own functions, but at the end of the day, like if there's a framework that exists, then you might as well just use that. Like if there's a framework that exists to register all the commands, all of the slash commands, then it'd be a lot better. Okay, so yeah, this should be fine. We are getting the argument, so that's good. All right, so let's do that. And let me also, I will move this somewhere else later. But for now, we'll leave it like this. So, okay. So, we're going to get the ticket description. And from here, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and let's see. We need to create a record in the database and we need to save all the data first. And then we need to go ahead and create the channel in the guild. So this is where we're going to need to integrate. Let's see. This is where we're going to need to integrate, let's see, the actual database connection. So I'm going to go ahead and install type ORM right now. So since we're using MySQL, we're going to install the MySQL driver alongside with type ORM. And then we're going to install reflect metadata. So those are the three packages that you'll need: type ORM, MySQL 2, and reflect metadata. Only if you're using type ORM. If you don't want to use type ORM, if you want to use something else like SQLize or Prisma client, you don't have to worry about that. But let's see. All right, so now we're going to need to go into the tsconfig.json file, and we're going to go ahead and enable a couple things. We're going to enable the decorator stuff. Where is it? Right over here. So we want to uncomment experimental decorators, make sure that's set to true, as well as emit decorator metadata set that's true. Because when you use type ORM, you're going to need to use decorators. And then all the way up top over here, we're going to import reflect metadata at the top. All right. So I don't think we need to do anything else with the slash command anymore. So I don't think we need to update anything for now. So I'll just comment this out for now. Okay. And yeah, we'll work with this. I'm trying to think what would be. Let's see what I want to do next. I don't like how this is freaking nested. Like, holy crap. I'm starting to remind myself why I heavily disliked using the using Discord.js without a proper command handler now. Let's see. Let's see here. Wait, hold on. I just really want to make sure that I have this properly structured before I continue. What am I going to call this? There we go. All right. That should be okay for now. Like I said, we don't have a command handler, so it's just going to look ugly. But for now, we'll leave it like this. And what I'm going to do is... I thought QuickDB was slow, and also where is data saved? It's just in a regular file. That's just all what QuickDB does. Let me do this as well. If it's not equal to this, I'm just going to do nothing. I'm just going to return. And then we're going to do this. So that way I don't have like a bunch of nested, like a bunch of nested blocks. I hate that so much. And I can also just use, I'll use a switch instead, honestly. Wait, hold on. Here we go. I'll use a switch instead. Just wanted to do some cleaning up real quick. Alright, so now that we've fixed this up, we can continue. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and configure MySQL with type ORM. So we're going to need to connect to the database, of course. Let me just remove all of this crap for now, because it's kind of bothering me. Let me do this. Let me take this, and let me just move this. Let me open up a notepad real quick, just so I don't forget, because I might need it later. So I'll just copy and paste that. Okay. So let's go ahead and connect to MySQL. So let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to create an asynchronous function. And we're going to need to set up type ORM, of course. So we're going to first call create connection, which is a function that is imported from type ORM. And we're going to need to pass in everything, all the options. So we're going to pass in the type, which is MySQL. You can use MongoDB with type ORM if you want to, but I don't like it, and I don't recommend it. Okay, so for the username, we're going to get that from the environment variable. Password, we'll grab that from the environment variable as well. The port, we're going to hard code that because it's just going to be, it's going to interpret it as a string if we read it as an environment variable. So, and I don't really want to worry about parsing it, so I'll just leave it as port 3306 host MySQL DB host. The database name is going to be, let's see what happened here. Gareth Roberts, member for 4 months, not too bad. Yo, what's up, Gareth? How are you? Is today your 4-month anniversary? Wait, are you in the chat right now, or is it just like a scheduled reminder? If you're in the chat, feel free to say hi. Let's see. So database, and what's left is let's see. I think that's it. Oh yeah, synchronize, set that to true. Oh, okay, so you are in the chat. Yeah, nice to see you, man. I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're doing well. It has been 4 months, has it? Let me see. When did I stream? When did I stream? I think it was let's see. I know it was like one of those streams. But all right. So yeah, but nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a while, so I hope you're doing well. Okay, so we're going to log the bot in, right? We're gonna connect to the database, then we're gonna log the bot in, and then we can do all this stuff. I know it looks really messy, and the reason why it's because we don't have like a proper command handler or an event handler right now. So we'll just leave it like this for now. So I'm trying to make it as good as possible. Okay, so we should be able to connect to the database. You're going to see that right now it says access denied, and the reason why is because we don't have our environment variables set up yet, so let's set that up. So let's do MySQL DB username. We have to do a password as well. Is it okay to export client index file so you can import it? You could. You could. Pico Program, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think it was the DigitalOcean stream because that was what 4 months ago was. But it says it was on the 18th, but I streamed on the 18th though, and it's the 28th today, so. Slash create on npm. I'll look at that later. All right, so we should be able to connect to the database. Unknown database Discord ticket. All right, that's fine. We can go into MySQL, and we can just create that database. All right. Let's save, and we should not get any errors anymore. Perfect. All right. Honestly, I feel like type ORM makes MySQL work really well, in my opinion. Prisma client and type ORM make it work really well. If you use SQLize, like if you use an ORM, it's good. But in general, I feel like learning the actual structured query language is actually important. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. The primary reason why I am choosing MySQL over MongoDB for this project is because I want to actually use the actual. Give me one sec. MongoDB auto increment. Does MongoDB have an auto increment value? I think it does, right? I think MongoDB does. I think MongoDB does have an auto. Yeah, actually, I should have done that instead, honestly. Because MongoDB, I am googling right now. It does have a built-in auto increment feature, so I'll have to look into that later. Not today, but I'll look into that later. And then when I actually make the tutorial series, I'll definitely consider using MongoDB. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because we're not really gonna have a lot of relational data, to be honest with you. So it just makes so much sense to use MongoDB. Console, is that gonna clear all this stuff up? Is that what it does? Because I'm gonna be honest, I sometimes do want the previous logs, but sometimes I need the latest logs. But yeah, I'll do this for now. I like that. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I didn't know about that. I think Mongo, if it has the, I think yeah, I'm gonna have to look. I'll leave a note and look into that later. Notes. because I really need the auto increment field no matter what. Also, just wanted to do a quick shout out. I'm releasing Next.js tutorials on Monday, so I hope you all are excited for that. For those who are interested in learning Next.js, that is. Okay. Let me write another commit message. Hold on. All right, so we're gonna go and create a new folder, and I'm gonna call this entities. So this is for all of our type ORM entities, and we're really only going to need one entity, in my opinion. At least for what at least for my prediction, I think we're not going to need any more than just a ticket entity. Yo, what's up, Ahmed? How are you? All right, so for the ticket, we're going to use the primary generated column for the primary key. Hold on, I freaking hate this. I'm going to disable that real quick. Column. All right, so we're going to need the channel ID. This is going to be type string. We're going to need the user ID. So that's the user that's the Discord user. So the person who actually created the ticket, because that's how we're going to use validation when they try to close a ticket. We're going to need the guild ID, column for resolved. So whether or not the ticket has been resolved. So by default, when the ticket is first created, this field will be set to default. It'll have a default value of false. And then once it has been resolved, it'll be set to true. What program is this? It's called Notion. Notion is the name of the program. Okay, yeah, so this is all we'll need. Channel ID, user ID, guild ID resolved. And I think that's it. I don't know if we'll need, like... I'm trying to think. Yeah, for now, this is all we'll need. If we need anything else, we'll add more to it. But for now, this should be fine. Someone asked, why don't I use my own decorators? You know, I will say this. There's so much stuff to learn that sometimes I just don't have time to learn every single thing. So if there's something that I'm not using and you're wondering why I'm not using X, Y, and Z, it's probably because I just never heard of it or I just haven't had the time to look into it. It's not that I don't know what decorators are, but I just didn't get, I just have not had a chance to really actually learn it. But you know, I do think that it is good to learn decorators because they can really clean up your code a lot, in my opinion. And I use them a lot with Nest.js. But it's something that I'll have to look into on my own time. But I've just been busy working on my own side projects with frameworks that already have these features built in. So I don't really get a chance to actually, you know, sit down and, you know, learn like a fundamental skill like decorators, for example. Will you allow users to get a text or JSON version? Um, you know, we'll talk about that later because right now, I'm not. I will talk about that later once we actually get to the transcript part. But that would be a good option though. That wouldn't be too difficult because you could just fetch the transcripts from the ticket and then you could just call it a day. Yeah, I get it, but you know, listen, I have other stuff that I gotta do, and that's not one of my priorities. Hi, Anson. I hope you're doing well. I just want to know if you consider making a video about Discord sharding. No, I'm not going to make a video on sharding. At least not right now. Hold on. All right, so let me go ahead and go into our file, our index.ts file, and let me go ahead and import the ticket class. And this should now synchronize our database. So I should be able to see that table inside my database. And there we go. So it's been created. So now we can actually create the ticket. So we're going to go inside our handler right over here. Which one is better, micro ORM or type ORM and why? I've never used micro ORM, so I can't tell you what's the difference between them. I've only used type ORM before, so I can't really tell you the difference. What you use? Could you make a video on how to host a Node.js website? I think I've done that before, actually. If you watch my DevOps tutorial, where I made videos on load balancer, I showed you how to add like a domain name, and then I showed you how to do that. But I think I know what you're talking about, like, you know, for example, you know, building like a project in localhost, and then how to switch between dev and, you know, production environment. I know what you're talking about. What's the use of browser version of Discord.js? Well, I think there were like a lot of web APIs that they had before. I think RPC is one of them that you could use. And again, with these spammers, let me remove this comment. Are you working on open source bot? No. I'm not working on a Discord bot right now. Oh, no, I'm not working on a private or a public one. Okay, so this function, we're going to need to create the ticket. So we're going to need to create the ticket record first. So I'm just going to pass in the interaction. Well, let me see. We need, is there, let me actually do this real quick. Let me console log the interaction so I can see what properties I can get. So we need the channel ID. We need the guild ID. We need a lot of stuff. So I think I'm just going to pass in the whole interaction parameter. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get the repository for tickets. So with TypeORM, they have a repository API that you can use to interact with the actual database tables. So const repository equals get repository. And then we just have to pass in the entity. And then this will give us the actual repository to interact with the table. So we can search the database table, we can create records, we can do all sorts of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and pass in the interaction. And let me make this an async function. There we go. And so now that we have, let me call this ticket repository instead. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and reference ticket repository. We're going to go ahead and call create. And the properties that we're going to need are channel ID. So we can just get that from channel ID. The user ID. So I think that's interaction dots. Let's see, user dot ID. The guild ID. So I don't know what cache type is, by the way, but you could look at the docs though, and it should tell you. Guild ID. I wish they had like, is there like a member ID or something, or user ID? Like, is there a property that says or author? So I can just easily just grab the value without having to like reference a bunch of properties and objects. It would make our code look a lot cleaner too, but that's okay. And resolved. Well, we don't even need to pass resolve, I think. Oh. There we go. Okay. So, I could also do something like this. And I could just pass this in like this. Make it look a little bit nicer. But it would complain about this guild ID though, so we'll just leave it like this for now. Alright, so this is going to return a ticket instance, and this method call is not asynchronous, so we don't need to await it. So now I can just go ahead and do return ticket repository.save ticket, and this will actually save the ticket record in the database, and then we're going to go back into this function, and then we can go ahead and actually create the channel. So to create the channel, let's see, interaction.channel. We can, oh no, we need the guild, sorry. And then we'd reference the channel manager, and then we just call create. Yeah, that's pretty easy. I'll create a separate function to do that. But before I do that, let me actually just console log ticketdb so you all can see. Oh, let me actually, I also forgot. Let me actually do this. Wait, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to BRB real quick. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm using my SQL. Okay. Let me go back into the ticket entity and let me actually add the description. Here we go. Cool. All right. So what we'll do is when we call create ticket record, we'll pass in the interaction as well as the description. So let's do that. Okay. And now we'll just pass in description like that. Okay. And I think that should be it. So let's go ahead and try this out. So I'm going to go into /ticket create, hello world. Let's look in our console. You can see that the record was created. We have the channel ID, the user ID, the guild ID, description, and the ID, the primary key and resolve this into false. If I go into my database, I can see that right over here. Perfect. Now, of course, we're not done yet, of course. We got to go ahead and create the channel. So I'm going to create a function called create ticket channel. And we will also pass in the interaction object as well. Or let me actually, wondering if there's others, if I could just do this in a more cleaner way. You know, I'll just pass in the interaction object. It doesn't really matter. I could also just destructure a couple stuff too, but we'll leave it like this for now. If I want to use MySQL with an ORM, do I need to learn MySQL or just use the ORM thing? I mean, you can just use the ORM, because that's the whole point of ORMs. You don't really learn the SQL, the structured query language. But if you want to, but usually, like for example, type ORM has something called create query builder, and you can create more complicated queries that sometimes it might be a lot more complicated to do with just the regular ORM APIs, like the built-in function. So you can just create custom queries to just get the data yourself without having to worry about the API to do it for you. But you can get away with using an ORM without learning like the actual structured query language. Like I honestly don't remember much commands for MongoDB. So whenever I use Mongoose, I don't even have to worry about the actual MongoDB commands. And even in the real world, most companies will use ORMs. Like, and in fact, you should be using an ORM because it'll take care of like sanitizing. It'll take care of preparing the statements for you, so that way you're less likely to deal with injections and get hacked. So client.destroy, I have no idea, but you should be able to figure out on the documentation. Okay, hold on. Let me do this actually. Um, is guild ID possibly null? Yeah, if guild ID is possibly null, so how would you get the guild ID then? That's the annoying part. Wait, am I muted? I'm not muted. I'm not muted, right? Yeah, you guys should be able to hear me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's see. Where is the channel manager? The new name of the channel, and then we need the options. Okay, so for the name of the channel, it's going to be something like ticket and then ticket, and then like for example numbers and then the ticket ID, like that. But of course, we're gonna format this. So what we're gonna do is we're going to need to get the I'll call this channel name. And what we're gonna do is we gotta go ahead for the ticket ID. I want to fix. I want to, let's see. I think it's too fixed. Number of digits after the decimal point. Is it too fixed or is it pad? I think it's pad start actually. Hold on, let me do this. And I want to see if I can do this in the cleaner way. We'll do, let's do 4. Yeah, fill it with zeros. So you get the channel name. And then now for the options, let's see. We need to make, so for the options, the only thing that we have to do for the options is make sure that the author, the person who created this ticket, can actually see the channel. And then we can also apply, like, mod roles and stuff. Okay. So for example, let's see. Wait, it's called guild channel create options. Okay, there we go. Okay, so for topic, it's going to be ticket.description. For the type, it's going to be, wait, what? Hold on. Okay, so let's do this. Deny. Wait, hold on. I haven't done this for a very long time, so I gotta check. It's an array, the ID, so we want to make sure we deny everyone, so no one else should be able to see this ticket. So to do that, we need to just pass in the guild ID, because that's the equivalent for the everyone role. And for allow, we want to allow the author ID, also known as the user who created the ticket. What's going on over here? Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait, this is so dumb. Wait, what the hell is this? Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it now. So for user ID for the user, we're going to allow them to read or view channel. Send messages. Is there anything else? Interactions? Is there interactions? No. And yeah, these will be the basic permissions we'll allow them. Okay. We don't really need to deny them anything else because they'll just have the default anyway, so that's fine. But why can I not set a type for this channel though? Or at least it doesn't pop up in IntelliSense. But that's fine. Okay, so this is going to be for the user that creates a ticket, and then we're going to need to deny other. We have to deny permissions for the guild, which is just the everyone role. Okay, in case you didn't know, the everyone role ID is just the guild ID. So we'll deny view channel as well as send messages. And if you also have other roles as well, like if you have like let's say for example, oh wait, we also need the bot as well. We also need to allow we also need the bot's ID because we want to make sure the bot can also see the channel as well. So we'll add that. So let me go ahead and grab that. Okay, and if you have any other roles too, you can go ahead and just grab the role IDs or specific users and you can just add them in here. Okay, and that's just pretty much it. Let's see what else. What else is there aside from permissions? Position. Oh, we could also set a parent as well. The parent would just be where all of the tickets would go. So what you could do is you could actually just create like a category channel. And you could just like, create that there, but I'm not going to do that. In fact, it's better if we actually set the position. So for the user that sees it, they can see all at the top. So we'll set that to position 0. I think it starts at 0, I think, yeah. All right, and this is going to return a text channel, so let's return that. And let's go ahead and see what happens. So, oh, we already called this already. Cool. All right, so let's console log channel. Let's go into help desk and let's do /ticket create hello world. And let's see what happens. So we got an error probably. Oh, it's missing permissions. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Let's try again. Oh, our app is just done. It just crashed. All right, let's restart the bot. Ticket create hello. Still missing permissions, huh? Does my bot role not have manage channel permissions? Let's find out. I think it doesn't. I thought it did. All right, so the ticket is created, and you can see that I can see the channel, the bot can see the channel. Now, if I look at the permissions carefully, you're gonna see that only myself and the bots are added. Now, let me see. Is my other Discord account in this server? Let me go ahead and Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Go ahead and join the server real quick. Okay. So, yeah, so you can see that my other account, this is my other account. You can see that it cannot see the actual ticket, which is good. Okay. So we know that the permissions are working well. Have you ever been bot rate limited? I mean, I never really had a production Discord bot. So no. I really only used Discord bots just for development purposes. Never really bothered developing like an actual production bot for people to use. Well, actually, no, I have done that before, but I don't know if they got rate limited before. I can't answer that for you. There you go. So ticket number 5, ticket number 6, and you can see that the topic is over there. And we can also do other stuff too, like we can send a message to the channel. And we could also like, what else do we want to do? Is there anything that we need to do? We can send a message to the channel, ping the user as well, and we also want to reply. Yeah, let's do that. So let's do const. Let's do this. Let's do this. Because I want to ping the user. All right, so it pings me good, and of course, if you want to add an embed message, you can do that as well. Okay, so we're sending the message. Okay. And what's next is we want to also reply to the interaction once everything's good. So we should definitely wrap everything inside like a try catch. So For example, try switch catch error. So that way, if everything works out well, then we can reply. If something fails, then we can, reply with an error message to the user. Okay, so if everything is good, we can reply to the user and go ahead and just say content. Oh, we can also ping the channel too, I think. Right? We can ping the channel. Ooh, that's nice. Please visit channel to talk to let's make this ephemeral. Does this message like expire? Like, can the users like will the users always see it no matter what, or does it expire at some point? Kiniki fan, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Oh, there we go. That's awesome. And yeah, I can confirm that on the other server, I cannot see that message. That's so cool. That is so cool. So we can just we don't even need to ping the user. No, what I was asking was, will it always be available? Like, if I refresh Discord, will it still be there? I guess I'll just find out by testing out. Oh, it does expire. Okay. So if I were to refresh this page, and if I go back to the general page, it's gone. Okay, that's fine. But hey, look, please visit, and then you click on the channel name, and there you go. That's pretty cool. I like it. And of course, right now we still have some other stuff to do. We need to make sure that if the user has an active ticket, they cannot open up a new one. They need to close it in order to. We got a lot of stuff to do, so don't worry. Got a lot of stuff to do. We're nowhere near done yet. But let me do this. I want to tidy up my code a little bit. So instead of sending the message in here, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to create the message. Or wait, hold on. Let me do this. I'm going to create the channel. This returns a message. Okay. I want to send the message as well as reply. Let me do. Actually, let me do. I got a better idea. Okay. Let me do this. Trying to think of a good name for this function. Send. I'll just call it notify user for now. You're probably wondering why am I making a bunch of functions instead of just like doing everything in one function. The reason why is because it's not, first of all, it's not good to just put all your code in one function. You want to break up your code into like mini. You want to break up your code into smaller functions that takes care of one thing. And two, it makes it a lot easier for you to test your code. Makes it a lot easier for you to test your code with like Jest, for example. Okay. Let me see. Is there anything else that I need to do? No, I think that's it, right? We notify the user. I'm gonna call send notification. Okay. We ping the user, and okay, so what we need to do now is when they call ticket, when they use ticket close, we want to let them close the ticket because we're not handling that right now. So we got to handle that. So when we close the ticket, we need to make it so that it pretty much it has to do a couple things. It needs to update the permissions so that way the user cannot see the channel anymore, and it needs to update the database so it changes the ticket's status from resolved to true. I keep all my functions inside one file, then call each one client utils. Yeah, you could also do that as well. Okay, so let's first do this. Let's just make it so that the user cannot create a new ticket if they have one already. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna take all of this. I'm gonna move this inside here. So now I can do this. Don't you only want a mod to close a ticket? Well, I mean, sometimes, I mean, I guess well, okay, so sometimes users might have their response already, and they may not want to keep the channel opened, so we can let them close the ticket as well. If you don't, I mean, it's really up to the admin. It's really up to, like, the person themselves. Whether or not they want, like, the ticket to be closable by the regular user. It's really up to them, really. Okay, so let me do this. I'm gonna remove this try catch, and I'm gonna do that inside here. And instead of using a switch, I know I'm changing it again, but I'm gonna change it to this. Or should I leave it like this? Well, if an error happens over here, it's gonna return to where it was called. So I guess we can wrap. I just want to make sure that we're handling the error properly. You know what? I don't know. I don't really like the reason why I don't want to use a switch is because I don't like this nested. I don't like this nested crap. So if I were to just do this, if subcommand equals create, and then just do return, and then I could just write an else if, it would look like I just don't like a bunch of nested stuff like, to be honest with you. I'm just not really a fan of nested stuff. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so, clean up a little bit. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to make sure that the user does not have a ticket. So how do we do that? Well, so if the user's using a create subcommand, what we're gonna do is we need to, let me see. Okay. So first we're gonna go ahead and grab the interaction. We're gonna reference the interaction, and we're gonna get the user ID. So const from interaction. Okay, so we're gonna get the user ID. We're gonna search the database. So I'm gonna go ahead and do const user equals. Well, first we need the repository. Hold on, let me do this. We got to get the ticket repository. And this is starting to make our code look a little bit uglier, so we're going to have to refactor a little bit, but don't worry for now. We'll do that later. So we're going to do const ticket, ticket db, or let me name it a better name. User ticket equals await this. Wait, what am I doing? Not this. I'm so used to Nest.js and repositories. That's why I'm so used to saying this dot repository. We're gonna do find one, and we're gonna basically pass in the user's ID, and we also want to make sure if that ticket has been, if the status of the ticket is false. You know what? Let me do this instead. Let me do this. I don't know if it's better to have resolved or if it should just be like status, right? Because like there could be different statuses of a ticket. Like it could be created, it could be pending. You know what I mean? Like I guess if we were to scale this application and make it a lot more like scalable, I feel like it'd be better to have like a custom status, because the ticket can transition through different statuses, right? It can start off with created, and then responded to, and then resolved, completed, canceled. So like for example, if the user closes the ticket, right? What does that mean? Does that mean it's resolved, or what does that mean? So maybe later on, like if we allow the user to close a ticket, actually, no, I think I have an idea. When we close a ticket, what we can do is we can pass in actions, we can pass in choices for the user to select, right? We can be like, okay, is this ticket resolved? Like was your problem resolved, or was it not resolved? So we can pass in like choices for that. But that's why I think like having a status is a lot better, because it gives more like flexibility. So let me actually change this to a status instead. So we'll do status, and I'm going to create a custom type. And we'll do, let's see, resolved. No, let's do created, resolved, canceled. What else? What other statuses could a ticket have? Yeah, I think that's it. Created, canceled, resolved. Yeah, we'll use those for now. Let's import that type. So by default, the status will be created. Okay, so we have ticket status type now. So now we got to go back here and configure this. So what we're going to do, instead of resolve false, wait, what's going on here? Wait. It's not going to let me search. Oh, it's status now. It's status. Oh, I'm dumb. I've had a blank moment. Okay, so we're going to check to see if the status, if they have, okay, so if they have a ticket that is currently created, okay, or actually, should we call it created or pending? You know, I'm gonna make it pending instead. So pending, created will be the same thing. So if the current status of the ticket is pending, that means that they have a ticket that's opened up and the issue has not been resolved, or the issue has not been canceled yet. Okay, so if the user has at least one ticket that is pending, do not create any other ticket anymore. Okay, so if is there a way? I hate this. Sometimes I don't like prettier sometimes, because I want to keep these two on the same line to avoid like having like a bunch of like, you know. But yeah, let's just leave it like this. Okay, so if user ticket is truthy, so if user ticket, right, we'll go ahead and send an ephemeral message. Okay, so if the user in fact does have a ticket, let's do this. What we can do is we can just say you already have a ticket existing already, and then we can find the channel and then ping. We can ping that channel so the user can just go to it directly. Do you think it's better to work with Redis for cache? For larger applications, Redis is definitely something you'd want to consider. For small applications, you could just get away with using a collection or a map or saving it in memory. Okay, we did in fact save the channel ID, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's fetch the channel ID. Like this. Okay, hold on. I gotta refactor again. Sorry. You know what? Screw it. I don't care. I don't want to make this super complicated. You know what? I'm gonna use an embed instead. Yeah, I'll use an embed. And let's see, color. Let's do red, because red typically means like error. And we'll send ephemeral set to true. Okay. So if user ticket, return this. Okay, and then we'll just continue with the rest of this. No need for else because we are returning, so that's fine. All right, so let's try this out now. So in our database, remember, we're checking to see if there's at least one ticket that has a status of pending. Now, since we actually changed the status, right now it's currently created. I'm going to delete all the tickets. And I wish there was a way where I could just delete all of these channels all at once. But now you're going to see, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another ticket, and then it's going to create that ticket, and then when I try to create another one, it's not going to work. So let's try that out. So /ticket, create hello world. Okay, so please visit the channel. We can see our ticket over here. Let's try and create another one. Another ticket. Wait, what the hell just happened? Oh, I know what happened. I didn't set the, wait, what? Oh, wait. I changed. Okay, yeah, this is dumb. I changed it. I need to change it to pending. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try again. Because I had it set to created, and that's the wrong status, of course. So let's try this again. So let's delete the tickets. Let's try again. So ticket, create hello world. Okay, awesome. Let's go into the database. Hello world, status is pending. Let's try creating another one. It says you already have an existing ticket. Please visit. Wait, why did it say general? Did I pass in the wrong ID? Oh, wait, channel ID. Wait. Oh, I know why. I didn't save. Wait, did I not save? I must have saved the wrong channel ID. Did I? Let's see. Ah, okay. Yes. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, I know what the problem here is. Okay. So we're creating the ticket in the database first, and the channel ID is... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that's not good. We need... This channel ID needs to actually be the actual... Oh, okay, okay. I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create the channel first, and then we're gonna create the record in the database. I remember what I did last time a while ago was we create the channel first, we create the record in the database, and then we updated the channel name. I know it's a I know it's a lot, but to get it to work like this, that was the whole process. So here's what we'll do. We'll create the channel first. Okay. We'll create the channel, and then we'll just wait. Crap! But then we can't get the. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we won't set a topic. For the permissions, we can just set this for, so for ID, it could just, instead of, it could just be interaction dot user dot ID. And then for the guild, it could just be interaction dot guild ID. Okay, so we'll create the channel. Okay. Then we will create the ticket record. And then we'll pass in the channel and the interaction. And then we'll update everything. So, let me see. Jesus Christ, I hate this so much. But it's okay. So many function calls, man. So many function calls. So annoying, but it's okay. Okay. So let me just go ahead and do this. I'm going to make sure that the channel creation actually works. So ticket create hi. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so it created the ticket. That's good. And we're going to go ahead and create the ticket record. So ticket record is going to need the description, the channel, and then the interaction. So we'll pass in the channel. Okay, so now up top over here, instead of interaction.channel ID, it's just going to be channel ID instead. Okay, user ID, we still need that from the interaction. Likewise for guild ID and description. Okay, perfect. That's fine. Okay, so now that so then this is going to create the record in the database with the actual correct channel. Okay. And so let's try this again now. So delete from tickets. So it created another ticket. Okay, and it should have created that record in database with the correct channel ID. Before, the ID was the general channel, I think. But now we actually have the proper channel ID of the new ticket. So I create it again. It's not going to work. Okay, yeah, now it works. So the original thing that I wanted actually works. So if I do ticket create hi, it actually give us the actual ticket now. So it's using the actual, so we have the actual property now. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's fine. We're still not done yet though. We still need to update the channel. So after we create the ticket record, so right over here, we're going to save it and then we're going to update the channel. So what I'll do is I'll call channel.edit and then we'll edit the name. And I'm actually going to create another function again. So how is description are going to be empty if it's a required argument? Oh, it's just a TypeScript thing because TypeScript, for some reason, it says this is with TypeScript, right? This get string could possibly return null. I don't know why. Well, yeah, because the argument could possibly be undefined. We know that it's always going to be there, but TypeScript doesn't know. So we don't even need to do this. We can actually just do an exclamation mark. But just in case, we'll just provide an empty string. Okay. So how did I? Let's see. So const. Okay. So that should edit the channel for us. So we'll call await edit channel, and then we'll pass in the ticket, the description, and then the channel that we want to edit. And then after we edit the channel, it's going to go ahead and send a notification. Yes, it is possible. There we go. Please visit ticket, and then we can click on it, and it will take us to that ticket. And if I go somewhere else, hello world, it's going to go and tell you already have an existing ticket. Please visit this ticket and resolve it before creating a new one. Okay, it's awesome. So that should cover that case if the ticket is currently pending. So now we just got to implement the functionality to make it so that um, we can actually close the ticket now. Okay, so with closing the ticket, it's gonna call this handle sub close command, and then what's gonna happen is well, first, in order to close the actual ticket, there's a couple things that we should probably do. We can make it so that the user should only be able to close the ticket directly from the channel itself. We could also make it that they can close it from wherever they want and pass in the ID of the ticket. I think that would be a lot better, to be honest with you. I feel like ticket close and then the ID of the ticket should be a lot better. Should be the way it should be done, in my opinion, at least. So for example, I could do ticket close 15 anywhere I want, and that will close ticket number 15. So I'm not limited to doing it in the channel. Okay. So the only thing that we need to do is we would need to just check to see if ticket number 15 is created by the same person who's trying to close that ticket, or if it's a moderator. Right. The moderator will always be able to close a ticket. The individual user should also be able to as well. So let me see. I think I honestly feel like it's better if we just allow like an argument for the I feel like it'd be a lot better if we allow an argument for the sub command, in my opinion. So let me go back into my ready event and let me modify this slash command. And I think what I'll do is for this close command, I'm gonna provide an option, and the option will be the ticket ID. So description. Let's see. Okay. So now on Discord, I could do close or ticket close, and I can pass in an ID. Though I think it should be a number instead of a string, though. So if I were to do an integer, what would happen then? I'm curious of what would happen. Ticket close. Can I type a? Oh, you see, it says invalid integer. Oh, okay, yeah, that's even better. So that's good. So that the user always needs to pass in a number no matter what. That's perfect. Yeah, let's do this. So the user can close a ticket wherever they want. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm glad that I saved this because I knew that I was going to modify this again at some point. So I'm glad I saved that in a notepad. All right. So handle close subcommand. If the subcommand, oh wait, it's equal, triple equal. If it's equal to close, if it's equal to close, then we're gonna call this function, and we're gonna do the same thing that we did with handle create subcommand. We're going to need to get the actual subcommand itself, or not the subcommand. We're going to need to get the value. So interaction.options.get string or get integer, and then ID. And I'm just gonna type assert this, or not type assert. I'm just gonna assert it to never be null. So it's always gonna be truthy because we know it will. It's a required argument from Discord. Do I miss message attachment? I don't even know they removed that. To be honest with you, I didn't even know that they removed it. Okay, so let's go ahead and try using the close command. So, or the close sub command, I should say. So if I look in the logs, it's going to go ahead and say 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So we actually have the value. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and search the database for the ticket that is associated with that ID. Okay. And it's no longer called description. It's just called ID. I'll call this ID. There are not message attachments in the interaction commands. They still exist for message commands. Oh, so old school commands. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the repository. So const So we'll do const ticket equals await repository define one ticket. No, not ticket, ID. Okay. So what we'll do is if the ticket is not found, we'll go ahead and return interaction.reply. And then we'll also set the color to red. Now we could also do this where we can also we can also actually, yeah, I think this is fine. We can just pass in the ID of the ticket. And then what we're gonna do next is if ticket dot user ID. So this is the ID of the user that created the ticket. If it's equal to interaction dot user dot ID. So this is to make sure that the person that created the ticket that is trying to close it is the same person. Okay, so if this is true, then we'll let them close the ticket. But we will also check to see if the user is also a moderator. So we'll have to add an extra check. Okay, but that's also going to require kind of like an advanced setup script. So when the user, when the administrator brings the application into their server, we're going to prompt them to set up some kind of setup script. So that way we know which roles, which individual users can override like the default permissions. So for example, which users are actually staff, which users can actually close, like which roles can actually close the tickets. So if it's equal, okay, and then we'll also do another check. We'll do something like, if it's equal or if they have if they have dedicated role, And the reason why we would do that is to make sure that the application works on multiple different guilds. If we don't do that, then, and if we hard code the values, then it's not going to work on multiple guilds. Remember, we want to build applications that are dynamic as possible and not have them hard coded. But let's just do this for now and just like have that logic work because it's just really the same logic. Okay. So if this is equal to each other, then we're going to have to do a couple things. One, we're going to need to update the ticket. Okay. We're going to update the ticket and make it so that the status goes from, or actually, you know what? Let me do one more thing. I'm going to do one more thing. And I mentioned this earlier. And this was where I said that I want to provide an argument for status. So let me go back to the ready. And let me add this choices. And we'll have choices. We'll say, it's going to make it a little bit more complicated, but that's okay. So we'll have resolve. So remember, we have this status, ticket status type. So if the user says, okay, you know what, you resolved my ticket, you resolved my problem, I'm going to say this is resolved. I open the ticket, but I don't need any help anymore, so I'm just going to cancel it. So we'll let the user pick one. Though it might confuse the user a little bit, It might confuse the user, especially if we can't even have a description as well. So, but we'll leave it like that for now. Let's just see how that works. So let's go into our Discord. So ticket, close, pass in the ID. Is there a choice? Yo, Luke, what's up, man? How are you? Uh, wait, can you not have choices? Is that not possible? Interesting. You can't have choices with this. Why wouldn't you be able to? Did I do it for the wrong subcommand? No, okay, it's fine. But why can't I want to be able to pass in. Like, there should be a choice, right? There should be a choice. But it's not popping up, though. Let's see. Let me refresh my Discord. I guess. Well, I don't want a group. I definitely don't want a group. That's for a fact. Excuse me. Wow. Let me try changing this to an integer. And let's see what happens. Oh, there you go. Oh, wait, but then it's a choice for this, and I don't want that. No, yeah, this is not what I want. I want the choice to appear after. Okay, let me actually no. I think I think I have an idea. I have an idea. I got it. We're gonna remove this. We're gonna add another option. The name is gonna be action or status description. Yo, what's up, Shadow? How are you? Okay. And we want choices. I am doing good, thank you. There we go. I love it. I wish we could put like I wish we could put you know, like a description. That's fine. Yeah, this is awesome. So I can't send the slash command. And can you put different orders to? Can you do status first and then ID? Oh, you could. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, it would make sense if you couldn't do that. It would make no sense if you couldn't do that. Just my new cat being hard to deal with. Yeah, I feel you. All right, well, this is working great. Well, at least it's going to work great. Let me copy this and save this because I'm going to need this later. Okay. Awesome. So now let's go back to handle close-up command. So we're going to need two arguments. We're going to need the ID and the status. So interaction options dot get integer, or not, no, it's get string now. And we called it status, I think, right? Yes, we did. And by default, I'll just set this to resolved if for some reason this is undefined, for whatever reason. So let's console log these two values. Okay, now let me just comment out all this stuff real quick, just to show you what happens. So let's go back to Discord, let's do ticket, close, 1, 2, 3, resolved. And if we look at the console, oh, it hasn't even started up yet. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, and then resolve. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Do you know if there's a way to embed a chat from a text channel into a website? I do not know, to be honest with you. I've never done it before. So what you're trying to, like, are you talking about like just like embedding a channel into a website, like an external channel? Actually, no. You could actually do. Well, actually, no. The reason why you wouldn't even be able to do this, first of all, every user needs to be authenticated to even be able to access any server. That's the first part, right? So even if you were to use an iframe on a website, the user would still need to be logged in. You could actually do it though. Built-in widgets. Do they have widgets for channels though? I don't think they have widgets for channels though. The widgets are just for joining the server. That's it. Like you can have an iframe, right? And the user would be you can have an iframe. What you could do is you can have an iframe, right? And the user, if the user's logged in via browser, they would still be able to see the channel. Because if you look at it, right, you see right over here, this address bar, right? Every single Discord channel is mapped by the guild ID as well as the channel ID. So you can just like take the URL of that channel and just use an iframe, and then users would be able to see it. And you could probably like you could probably resize the iframe, make it you could just like resize the iframe and position it in a way so that users can't like users can only see like this part and they cannot like see anything else. You know what I mean? But they would have to be logged in though, like logged in, like not with OAuth, but like they have to actually be logged into the Discord platform. Okay, So if the ticket was not found, we'll return ticket was not found. If the ticket.user ID is equal to interaction.user ID, we'll let them close it. So we're gonna do a couple things. Let's do this. Let's create another function. Well, first let me do this. Let me go over here. Let me go into search. All right, so let's create a function, and we're gonna have to refactor this later on because it's getting very messy. We're gonna refactor this so that way we have all the functions that are related to closing the command, closing the ticket, and all the functions that are creating the ticket. Actually, let me do this. You know what? All right, so we do need to export that function. There we go. All right, so I'll tidy everything up, make it look a lot more cleaner. Just write a quick commit message. Okay, so with creating the command, okay, that's fine. Okay, so now with closing the command, we need to update. The record in the database. So update close ticket. So for this close ticket, we're gonna first need to get the repository. And we're going to need to update the ticket. So to do this, we can actually do this. Well, first we're going to pass the ticket into this function like this. Then we could do ticket.status equals. And then we'll need to pass in the status. So okay. We're going to pass in the string into, we're going to pass in the status as well. And for the status, it can only be, let me see, ticket status type. Okay, so we'll set the status to status. And then we could just call repository.save. So that should save the ticket, but we're not done yet. I'm going to call this ticket status. Okay, so we'll update the ticket status. Once we're done with that, we have to update the channel permissions. And that's going to require the interaction object, because we're going to do interaction.channel, and then we're going to have to update permission override permissions. Or actually, no, wait. No, sorry. We don't need the interaction. We need the ticket. We need the ticket object. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the channel ID from the ticket. And then, well, we will need the interaction to get the actual channel itself. Okay, so if no channel, we'll return, and then channel dot. Oh wait, you gotta use. Oh wait, sorry about that. There we go. So then channel dot permission. It's permission overrides, I think. Yeah, permission overrides. Dot edit. And all we gotta do is just take the user's ID. So the user's ID and set deny, and this should actually be an array, I think. Oh wait, no, we need to pass in the user's ID first. So ticket.user ID, and then we can pass in. Or is it? Hold on, let me see. I gotta check Discord.js docs real quick. Oh, okay, there we go. So view channel false, send messages false. Doing view channel itself should be fine. But I think we could also remove the user too, I think. I think we just delete. Yeah, we should. Let me actually try this. Let me call delete instead. Okay. So that updates the channel permission. So we will return, and that will hide the channel from the user so they won't see it anymore, but the admins will still be able to see it. Okay. I wonder, is there a way you can create like a subcommand that has permissions? Like, is that possible? I wonder if that's possible. Can a bot make a Discord server? I don't think so. At least I don't believe it can. I think you can only set permissions for the base command, but I don't think you can do it for an individual slash command. Or I'm sorry, an individual subcommand. So I think when the admin needs to like delete the ticket, like delete the entire channel, right? Because we don't want the user to delete the channel, because they could open the ticket, spam, and then delete it. We don't want that. We only want the admins or the mods to be able to delete it. So I think we might need to create like a complete separate slash command that only the moderators and admins can actually see. But then again, how would that actually work though? If it was like a global command, for example, because do global commands have permissions? Let me see. See if it was a. Yeah, I could. All right, well, let me just do this first. Let's update the channel permissions. All right, so let me go back into my console. So I still have one ticket, okay? And I want to close said ticket. So let's do ticket. Let's try to create a ticket. It's gonna say we still have ticket number 15. So try closing that now. So ticket close number 15. Let's try to do it. Let's do 22. See what happens. That ticket was not found. Ticket close 15 resolved. So let's just make sure there's no errors. So no error happened. It resolved the status. Let's verify the permissions. Did it remove me from it? Let me try this again. So let's test to make sure that we can create a ticket. New ticket. So we can create a new ticket. Let's look at the permissions. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm an admin, so of course it's always gonna show it. Let me try to my other Discord account. Alright, so let's see. Let's go over here. So I can see the ticket. Okay. Now what if I do slash ticket close? 17 is the ticket ID, resolved. It closes the ticket. It hides the channel. And you can see that I can't even click on that channel anymore because it's not visible to me anymore, which is good. Okay. What if I try to close someone else's ticket? It shouldn't work, right? In fact, it wouldn't work. And so because we updated permission, that's good. Okay, so I guess, I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't really think it'd be a good idea to have this globally, to be honest with you, like have this as a global command. I feel like it should just be, if it was guild specific, because I feel like this should be a guild specific command because it requires roles, right? If this was a global command, you would need to know every single role in every single server. And I don't think that's really a good idea. So yeah, I think it'd be better if we just leave it like this, to be honest. And we'll create a separate command for the guild to actually delete the what's it called? To actually delete the actual channel. But so far, I like this system. So far, it works. So far, it works. You can see that we have our tickets resolved and pending. Let me go and close the ticket right now. Okay, so we just resolved it, and that's good. Hey, it's Tonto. Yo, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much for tutorials. By the way, that's what got me starting Discord.js. Hey, man, no worries. I'm glad you started. Cool. I'm very happy with how this project came along. It's a really, really big project. So much stuff to do and so much consideration. But I'm glad we did it though. The only thing is now, it just doesn't delete. It doesn't delete the actual message itself. Or not message. What I'm talking about. It doesn't delete the actual channel itself. On their ticket, they have a slash button to add remove users roles from admins. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, that's something that we could probably do, but that's a lot of stuff. Would you recommend me switching to slash commands? I've not been doing this for just long. Yeah, I would recommend slash commands. It's the new way of creating commands, and doing so with the old way is just not really a recommended approach now. So it's much better to use slash commands. And it also gives the user a much more interactive feel, and it would make them want to use your application a lot more better, you know? So definitely would recommend it. Dude, where are all of these freaking spammers spamming malicious links coming from? Freaking annoying. Like, where are they coming from? What extensions and theme are you using? I have no idea. No, you don't. Okay. One other idea that I have is that you know what I think what we could do? I think that this would actually be so cool. What if we did this? What if we did this where you have like a component and then you have like an action row? Oh no. You have a button. Oh my god, I just thought of a cool idea. And wait, what's going on? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Wait, we need an action row first in order to have a button. Completely forgot. Okay, so components, type, button, label, download transcript. Download transcript. Oh, we need a custom ID too. And then we can have another button. Let's do style. Primary. And then for this one, this will be a style. For link, view transcript. And what this should do is this should actually give us a URL. So like a URL, and then, for example, it'll take you to, the transcript page. So for example, if you wanted to build your own dashboard panel and you wanted to show the user the transcript, you could send them the link, but then you'd also have to make sure that they are authorized in order to view that resource. Anton, have you ever looked at the Java lib for Discord? I did actually, JDA, and it was a long time ago, so I don't know if they've updated or not, but it has been a very long time. Let's create a ticket. Okay, hello world. Okay, now if I were to close the ticket here, at number 18, let's see. Now you see, I can still see this, but a regular user wouldn't be able to see it. You know, like a regular user wouldn't be able to see these things. You know what I mean? Like a regular user would not be able to see these buttons. So, what command handler are you using? I'm not using a command handler. I'm actually just doing everything from scratch. Okay. So, yeah, if we were to do this outside, the regular user wouldn't be able to see it, right? Because, for example, if I go over here and if I do slash ticket create, hello, and if I did slash ticket close, and if I did that outside or inside, let me just do this inside. Well, you can see that I can't even see the interaction at all, right? So it wouldn't make sense for the user to close a ticket. Wait, what's this? Wait, why is the user? Oh yeah, we got to write some code to make it so that the user cannot close the ticket again. Actually, you know, I have a better idea. I have another. We can create a command called like /ticket um transcript, right? Or like, you know, they can pass in like a ticket ID. Um, so for example, something like ticket gets 123, and then it'll show them this same exact menu. Like it'll show them download, view transcript. So yeah, it's not really a huge deal. That's not really a huge deal. So we'll do this, but we also need to make it so that if the user already closed the ticket, we should just return like an error or something like that, you know? So let's do that. So if there's no ticket, or let me do this. If the ticket.status is not equal to pending, our code is looking really ugly. That ticket. You know what? I'm just going to do this. I don't want to use... I'm just going to do this. Or... I'm just going to do this. It's not really a good user experience because they just pass in a bunch of random IDs and it says that ticket has been resolved. Yeah, you know what? Let me... Yeah, no, this is not really good experience. Like, it might look a lot cleaner, but it's better if we do it this. I think it's just... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's try it now. So, ticket... what is it? Number 18. That ticket has already been solved. Correct, it has. Okay, and we can create another / command to view the actual ticket itself. Okay, but that to view like the transcripts and everything. But that is going to require us to actually listen to all the messages. But we'll worry about that later. Let me see. Are we done yet? We update the ticket status. We update the channel permissions. Yeah, there's a lot of more complicated stuff that I just can't really figure out right now. At least, not that I can't figure it out. I just don't want to think about. I don't want to think about it too much right now because we did a lot already. Like for example, I still want to make it so that only specific admins and users can see like special admin commands. Like for example, admin ticket. I mean, I guess you could have like a /admin/ command, and then you can have like, you know, sub commands. So for example, admin ticket delete channel, and then delete the channel for ticket number 19, something like that. But the idea is that we need to create like some kind of admin / command that only admins can see, or only certain roles or users can see, and then they'll be able to close the actual ticket itself, right? Because right now the ticket's just left here, and I don't think it'd be a good idea to just let, like, you know, just to let all the tickets over here and just manually delete it. Like for example, I mean, I think, in my opinion, honestly, the best thing to do is really just use the message event and just do like delete in the same channel and just delete the channel. But I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I can't do client.emit. Listen, I can't really help you because I don't really know what your code is. But if you go on the Discord server and you post your question, someone will take a look at it and they'll be able to help you. I just don't know what the problem is because I can't see your code right now. Yeah, awesome. All right. Yeah, so, what else is there? Do I have enough time? It's 5:30. Do I have enough time? I want to record some more videos for my channel, so I think maybe, let's see, is there anything else that we need to do here? The only thing else that I think we need to do is, let's see. We don't even need to worry about the channel anymore, but let me see. Hold on. Like, so, Jamal, you said earlier that there's slash commands for the user to add roles. So I'm guessing, like, for example, they would do something like, let me see, like they would do something like ticket roles add. But the thing is, though, like, can you do permissions for subcommands? That's what I'm really interested in. Like, can you do a permission for a subcommand? Because if you could, that would be awesome, or at least a subcommand group, you know. Yo, what's up, Richard? Yeah, I like it. What about adding someone to a ticket? Yeah, we could do that. That's actually something that I think I did in a previous ticket episode. Change the permissions for a user role for a specific channel. Yeah, I don't think subcommands. When you select roles, it will auto fetch them in the guild for you as a command option. Well, what I'm thinking is we need like a command, like, you know, ticket. Like, I would love to have a command where like it could be like, you know, slash ticket and then admin, or like slash ticket roles, right? And only admin can see the roles. Like, for example, like if I'm a regular user, I can only see create and close. But if I'm an admin, I can see, you know, roles, and then I can add like, you know, a role, like a moderation role that can see the ticket. You know, the alternative solution is to just create your own custom command. So slash admin roles, and then ping the role. So for example, bot, right? Like ping the role orange, and then you handle the interaction. You get the role ID. But I think you can also, like, for option 2, you can also, hold on, wait. I know there's another thing that you could do too, because I know in the options you can change like the type from a string to a role. So it should expect that to be an actual role. Let me actually see that real quick. Hold on. Let me register another slash command. Let me see, subcommand. Can we have a subcommand? Let me see. So we have the role subcommand. I think we can have another subcommand, right? Let me double check. So we have the role. So we have the ticket subcommand group. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Let me do this. I wonder what happens if I set the type to roll. Let's try this out and see what happens. Was that command registered? Wait, why does that not pop up? Wait, why did that not pop up? Oh wait, I'm dumb. I forgot to pass in the guild ID. Whoops, let's do that. There we go, that's better. Oh, there we go. So I can do orange, I can do purple. That's nice. Okay, so the bot, so I can have the admin do this, right? It's gonna send the interaction to our server, and then we can add that to like a database. We can add that to like the ticket config. And so what's gonna happen is every single time we create the ticket, we're gonna have to add those role IDs to the permission overrides. So I wonder what would happen if I made this a tutorial. How long would this take? Like this took us about, let's see, how long have I been streaming? 3 hours so far. But then again, it's my first time doing it, so I have to do like a lot of figuring out stuff, right? I mean, I think maybe I could try to condense this into an hour long if I were to make a video on this. But wow, this is actually really cool though. So I could do admin roles, add the orange, and I could do remove remove roles. Okay. Oh wait, how do I make it so that it's only one or the other? Wait, what the hell? False. Okay, so wait, no, this is dumb. Hold on. No, 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 no. Okay, wait a minute. 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 Okay, so I think should I just do roles instead? Like, should I just do roles? I feel like I don't want to create like such a complicated subcommand system, you know? Because right now I have like look slash admin slash roles. I want only one or the other, right? But then if I have them both optional, like for example, I want to do admin roles add and then just and just call it a day. So I want to add. I want to see if I wonder if I could add like. Let me see if I can nest another subcommand. Let me try. Oh, it's not gonna let me. Damn, that sucks. It's not gonna let me. Yeah, I can't do that. Like I just want admin roles add, and then add requires one argument. Yeah, I think I'll just do roles instead. I think roles would be a lot better. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so we'll have this command. So now it's roles, and we'll have two commands. And instead of it being a subcommand, it's not going to be a subcommand. Now, if I do this, I feel like this is not right. Hold on. Yeah, no. It's exhausted. Thanks for doing the stream, though. All it's looking good. Good night, though. Maybe I have an admin card in that role. Yeah. No, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have these both have subcommands. So, hold on. Wait, what did I just do? To be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. I feel like these should be choices, right? What is it? What if these were choices instead? No, that wouldn't make sense. Bray, how are you? Okay, and no, this doesn't make any sense. I'm doing good, thanks for asking. Yeah, see, then the annoying part here is that now one of these two are optional, and I don't like that. You know, that's why I'm like, can I just do like a subcommand? Like roles, add, and then, just provide the actual role. So add would be a subcommand, for example. But it doesn't even want to do that for me. It's being a pain in the ass. Okay, I think this might work actually. But is there better? Let's see. Roles, add, and then add role. That doesn't make any sense. Can we remove this description? No. WT Budgie, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Okay, yeah, this is not bad. I could do this. And I want another subcommand for remove. You know what, let me freaking get rid of this crap. This is just like all over my screen. Okay, there we go. So roles add, blue, roles remove, blue. There we go. I wonder if we can add multiple roles. I wonder if that's possible. Maybe you could use like a select menu or something. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, so when we do roles add, we can select orange, and then what's gonna happen is it's gonna save that to the database. So the idea is that we're gonna have to manage this interaction, and we're gonna have to get the role ID, save it to the user's configuration, and then that's it. So I guess the basic setup for our application is we can have something like setup, right? And let me actually also set permissions too. How do I make it so that only the owner can see? How do I set permissions for this? Let's see. What does that even mean? Whether the command is enabled by default when the app is added to the guild? How do you? This is so confusing. I'm so confused. Like, what is there like any way I can add permissions to this? Like, hello? No, it's not gonna let me. I don't even know. Where do I add permissions? Where do I add permissions? This is so weird. Like, why can I not add permissions? Do I have to add it after? So I guess there's no way you can set the permissions. Like the docs has an actual section about permissions, but return when fetching the permissions. Return when fetching the permissions for a command in a guild. Yeah, but how do I set the permissions though? So now it says you can you can enable, but how do you do it in Discord JS? Okay, I see. Let's see. Okay, I see what it is now. You need to register it, and then once you register the command, you need to then add permissions. So it seems like you can't do it all in one go, which is kind of lame. So there we go. And you can configure for a specific guild as well. Okay, I see now. Yeah, so we need the ID here, but we want to make, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is getting kind of complicated, so I'm just gonna end the stream here because I'm freaking tired as hell. We did a lot though, to be honest. We did get a lot done. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. Guild commands dot permission dot add. Yeah, there's so much stuff that you gotta do with slash commands, which is so annoying, honestly. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna hop off. Thanks